Aries, thanks for visiting. This is your reading for August the 13th to August the 19th. And if you like this reading, as I always say, please like or subscribe, or leave a comment if you would like to, only if you'd like to. And yes, as usual, I have everything ready. I'm going to start your reading for lovely, lovely fellow Aries people. The first card you have your past is the Page of Pentacles. So yes, there are a few things going on, a few conflicting things. Actually, there's. I'm just looking at this. I'm actually seeing some instability in this card. This instability was actually going on inside you. It was going on inside your head, inside your emotions as well, not outside of you. And yes, it was your emotions. It was what was going inside of your head that was making you feel a bit like this. I'm actually seeing springtime in this card. So I'm seeing newness, and I'm seeing that maybe you could have started something new at this time, or you could have even traveled to a new place, because I'm seeing fresh things, experiencing new things, fresh things. But, you try to, I'm seeing that you were traveling, you're trying to do new things, you're experiencing something new. It might not have been traveling, it might have just been experiencing new things, seeing new things. But no matter how many new things you started, or how many new places you saw, or how many new things you were doing, wherever you went, whatever you were doing, there was this feeling of insecurity inside of you. And, this is going to sound really strange, but one part of you really wanted this security. It was like, oh, I really crave this. I want security. I want to feel safe. I want to have, a relationship, money, whatever it was that was going to make me feel secure. I really, really, truly want that. And then another part of you was really avoiding security. It was like, oh, I don't want that. I have this horrible feeling when I go near security. And I'm seeing that because, if you look at this page, he's looking really, really longingly up to this coin. It's as if he's in love with it. It's like, oh, look at this beautiful coin. I'm in love with it. It's so beautiful. But he's almost afraid to hold it. The way he's holding it's on the tips of his fingers, and he's thinking, oh, I do want this, but I'm not gripping it really hard. I'm just putting it on the tips of my fingers. I'm afraid I'm going to lose it. It's this elusive thing, this thing that I really want, but I don't know if I'm going to really get it, or if, I'm going to lose it. I'm actually a bit afraid of it. It's this big thing I'm looking up to, this big golden thing up in the sky up there, and I'm a bit afraid. And so you've had this kind of, all of these kind of conflicting feelings around you, in your mind and in your heart, and just your emotions and everything like that. But I'm seeing that at this time, no matter how you were feeling, no matter what was happening, you were still trying to work really, really hard. Your determination, you have this great work ethic, you used your work to take your mind off how you're feeling, and you do that quite a lot. And I keep on seeing that, you might actually fear stability, because maybe you're afraid of it being taken away. You might be thinking, oh, if I get this, it might be taken away, and I'll have this great stable feeling, I'll feel really good, and then suddenly it can go. I'm really afraid of that happening. Yes, there's this really up and down, backwards, forwards feeling about stability. That's what I'm seeing. But you were trying to kind of put that feeling aside and work really hard and concentrate on that. But no matter how hard you worked, you still had that kind of going on in your background. You still had that feeling there. That's what I'm seeing. The next card you have your past is the Fool. So yes, even though you had all of these feelings going on, I'm seeing that you still had a lot of warmth around you. I'm just really feeling the warmth in this card. Now, there's a lot of warmth in the Page of Pentacles as well. There's a lot of gold, and there's a lot of gold and yellow in the Fool as well. So you did have a lot of this warmth around you. There were some people around you. They might not have been physically around you, actually, I'm seeing, but I am seeing phone calls, texts, messages, people like that, from a lot of people who really cared for you. They were encouraging you. I'm specifically seeing 2 people who were calling you, messaging you, and encouraging you. And you're sort of, the light was coming from them, the happiness was coming from them, the encouragement was coming from these two people I'm seeing. You're kind of basking in their warmth, if that makes sense, in their encouragement. If you look at the Fool in this card, he has this beautiful golden glow all around him, and I'm kind of really feeling that while I'm looking at this card. It's this positive, beautiful, warm glow, and this positivity and this helpfulness coming from these people. And I'm just getting this feeling of, you know, when it's springtime and you sit in the sun, you might shut your eyes and just this beautiful warmth all around you. It just feels absolutely beautiful, like it's just covering you in this beautiful warmth. And that's how these people were making you feel. And you had these insecurities, you had your work, you had all of these kind of feelings make you feel kind of really up in the air and terrible and anxious and all these things. Then you had these two people that were really like your oasis. They're really making you feel really warm and calm. And so these two people, if you know who these people are, if this resonates, if you know who I'm talking about, hold on to these two people. They were very, very precious. They're very precious people, and you know, they'll stick with you. They will stay by you. That's what I'm seeing. The last card you have your past is the Nine of Pentacles. So yes, I'm seeing, yes, you were growing your money at this time. Your money was starting to grow. It was kind of mounting on top of mounting, and it was kind of even doubling or tripling or even kind of stacking up on itself, that kind of thing I'm seeing. You had a lot of discipline to be able to do this, because I'm seeing again you're working very hard, and that's why this was happening. You're also very good at holding on to your money. You weren't kind of spending this money. It's not like you're looking at it and thinking, oh, now I can go spend all this money. No, you're very disciplined, you're very careful, you're hanging on to it very carefully. The other thing I'm seeing that is that there was someone who was watching you. There was someone who was watching you at this time, and they were thinking about you. This could be someone from your past I'm seeing. This could be an ex. This could be an ex, but I'm seeing that it might be someone who wasn't quite in a relationship, or it might have been someone whom you maybe thought started a relationship. It's a bit strange. I'm seeing a kind of an ambiguous kind of thing around this connection. There might have been an ambiguous ending to this relationship or this connection. You know, it might have ended kind of up in the air, not really properly ended, or something strange like that. It's like there's a question mark around this. Yeah, it didn't end properly or something like that. I keep on seeing. This person was definitely still interested in you at this time, but I'm seeing that they were seeing you as the Nine of Pentacles. They were looking at you and thinking, wow, this person might be out of my league. Look at that. They have everything they want. They're happy. They're satisfied. I'm not like that. Wow. I think they are out of my league, but they were still interested in you. They were still thinking about you. That's what I'm seeing. The first card you have your present is the Empress. So yes, again, I'm seeing this person in the Nine of Pentacles, and they could be trying to connect with you at this time. They could be trying to contact you. I'm seeing them trying to do this in maybe small ways, subtle ways. They might be, you might not have even noticed it. They might be doing things like liking a picture on social media, or maybe sending you a little message that's kind of lost in the crowd. You might have, say, for example, I'm not saying this is exactly what happened, but say, for example, you might have had a picture up on social media or Instagram or something, and then someone liked it. And then there are a whole lot of people commenting, and maybe they put a little comment in there, just a little one, and it might have got lost in the sea of comments. It might be something like that. So they're doing these little tiny things to kind of, or they are at this time, doing these little things to kind of test the waters, to see if you'll respond, to see how you're going to respond. And I'm seeing that they actually really cared about you. They had this kind of way of, this is the person who's known you in your past, so they know some of your vulnerabilities. They know some of your vulnerabilities, and they cared for you at some time in the past, and they're caring for you now. In their own head, they feel very caring toward you. That's what I'm seeing. They probably used to take care of you in some way, I'm seeing, or actually they might have been telling you that they wanted to take care of you. It might have been something like that. They could have said this to you in your more distant past, maybe. I hope this all makes sense. I'm just seeing that. Yes, the other thing I'm seeing with this card is you feel alone, like this Empress is alone. but she doesn't feel lonely. You feel alone, but there are a lot of people around you who care about you. Whether they're physically around you or not, because I've seen these two people in the Fool card weren't physically around you, but they cared about you. You still have people around you caring about you. I keep on seeing that, even though you feel alone. The next card you have here present is the Nine of Swords. Yes. So yes, even though this is about this person who was trying to reach out to you in little subtle ways I'm seeing, they still have a lot of doubts. They care about you. They want to connect with you. They think you might be out of their league even. They might have a lot of doubts. They might be feeling this kind of invisible force field around you. Now, you might not know that you have this kind of force field around you. You might know that. You might say, well, I have that on purpose. I don't want to be hurt. Or it might be subconscious. You might not be aware that you're doing it, but you might kind of put on this air of, I don't want people to come near me. It might be that as well. But this reflects what I was seeing in the Page of Pentacles, because this is like you're fearing stability, especially in relationships. It's like you have this fear of you're going to get this stability and it's going to be taken away. I'm seeing that again. So you might even have a fear of abandonment. You might have a fear of feeling what the poor woman is feeling in this card. She's feeling sad, alone, maybe abandoned. You might have some abandonment in your past in some way, or you might not. You might just have a feeling of abandonment in your more distant past, and that might be what's making you fear this stability. You might be feeling that stability is easy come, easy go. You might have had relatives leave you. You might have had people leave you. And so you have this kind of feeling like stability can come and it feels good, but it can go. That kind of thing. The last card you have here present is the Page of Cups. So yes, even though this person has doubts about you, this person in the Nine of Pentacles, they're still sending you these little messages. They're still hopeful. They're still hopeful. I think this person might have been in your last reading, and actually I think the Page of Cups might have been in your last reading as well, just from memory. The other thing I'm seeing in this card is, I hope this makes sense. It may or may not. I'm seeing traveling to the sea or traveling to be near the water. You might be doing this at this time. You might be thinking about doing this, or there might be something that comes up that makes you travel to be near the sea or the water at some time. That's what I'm seeing. The first card you have, your future, is the Ten of Cups. So yes, this is beautiful, beautiful card. Yes, I'm seeing a few different things in here, in this card. I'm seeing you might be visiting family at this time. You might be going to see them. You might be traveling to visit family at this time. This is going to be a really positive visit when you do this. And I'm seeing that there might actually also be a message coming to you at this time while you're there, or while you're around your family, or at this time that you're seeing them. It might be some time after this, but it's kind of around this trip. It's around visiting. But I'm seeing, yes, I am seeing this message might lead to something quite big for you. This is going to be something that, there's something you've been dreaming about, partly afraid of. That's what I'm seeing. You've been thinking about this, dreaming about this, and you've been thinking about this thing coming to you in a certain particular way. You've been thinking, this might happen in this way, and then that might happen, and that might happen. Now, this thing is going to come to you. You're going to have this kind of message come to you about some kind of an opportunity. It's not going to be the way you imagined. It's going to be something else. And when you see it, you're going to think, that's not what I was hoping for. That's completely different. What is this? It's going to come, but it is going to be something near that thing that you wanted. And when you look back, you're going to realize, actually, that was that thing I wanted. It just came about in a different way. I just didn't notice that it was that. So when this opportunity comes, don't say no. Don't say, oh, that's not what I want. Really think about this, really investigate it, really open your mind to it when it comes. That's what I'm seeing. It might also be linked to this traveling. It might be something to do with an opportunity that comes and you might have to move with it or around it. It might be just a temporary move, might be permanent, I don't know, or it might be something that makes a move come sometime far into your future after this opportunity comes in. I hope that all makes sense. I am seeing this is something around time with family, and I'm seeing family being proud of you because of whatever this is. The next card you have for your future is the Six of Cups. So yes, again, I'm seeing this time you're spending with your family. It's going to be a really big time. That's why I keep on seeing this. You could be talking about old memories with them, old times with your family at this time. This is a really nice feeling, a really comfortable, familiar, content feeling I'm getting around this time. And sometimes, you know, sometimes when we're efforting something, when we want something to happen really quickly, when we're really rushing, we're going, oh, I want this to happen so badly, I'm working really hard, that's when the things don't happen. But it's sometimes when, you know, you kind of ease off all that, you say, right, I'm going to have my relaxing time, I'm just going to be comfortable around my family. Sometimes that's when these things come in. So that's probably why I'm seeing this opportunity come to you around this time, when you're a little bit more relaxed. The last card you have for your future is the Two of Wands. Again, look, traveling. This man has a globe in his hand, he's looking out to the future. He's looking out to the sea. He's thinking, I'm going to go somewhere. And yes, I'm not seeing you traveling right at this time, but I am seeing that there is going to be some kind of a message that leads you to maybe some opportunity that leads you to that. Yes, this is the thing in the Ten of Cups. I'm seeing this all over again. And this is going, when this comes, this is going to change a lot of things for you. This is going to change a lot of things. This is a doorway to a kind of stability, not stability in relationships, but in other things. Don't fear this stability. Don't ignore this message. Don't ignore this opportunity. It might look like something completely different, but keep your mind open, because in the end, it might lead to this thing that you've wanted. That's what I'm seeing. So Aries, I hope this resonated. As you know, general readings can't always resonate with every single person. But again, if you like this reading, please like or subscribe if you'd like to, or leave a comment if you'd like to. Thank you so much for watching.